is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with that analysis. And we're going to talk about LeBron King James tonight on Sunday to get ready for the weekday so we can all go back to making our money. LeBron James has been in several conversations for the MVP. And the craziest part about this thing is when you literally look at the entire season, how the Bucks got off. They got off to a rocky start in the beginning, then they went on and dominated the league into the last month, where they started getting injuries to Chris Middleton, and Giannis Kumpo and Little Liam was born. But they faltered a little bit, left some room for the Lakers to catch up a little bit. The only problem is, and this is what's going to be funny to all the Laker fans that might not like the video, but they have to admit this, Giannis was the MVP up until that point throughout the whole entire year. Sad part about LeBron is one of the key phrases that you hear from each and every person that literally say LeBron should be MVP, and this is why he shouldn't be MVP. They always say LeBron was just that close. After they beat these Heat and the Bucks, they were so close. They beat the Clippers. LeBron was catching up, and he had time to pass Giannis. You defeat the whole argument right then and there because these last 8 seeding games has no effect on the MVP or any other award chase announced by the NBA. Which means, like I've been saying the whole year, Giannis won, LeBron number 2 for MVP, which means he is not the MVP. And if you go back and watch anybody on TV, they always bring up LeBron was catching up, LeBron started to make a more valid case, and LeBron was on the course to pass Giannis, which means he did not pass Giannis, which means Giannis should be MVP like I was telling you guys throughout the whole year. LeBron has been consistent throughout this year on the defensive end. That's something that I have to give him credit. And I did give credit to Frank Vogel. I said that Indiana team, they might have struggled to score, but he always had them being one of the best defensive teams. Especially he helped Roy Hibbert, a guy that a lot of people thought wouldn't be a long-term NBA player because he was too slow and too big. He turned him into a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, a guy that made it to multiple All-Star teams. Lance came in as a joke and became a solid defender. Paul George was able to become an elite Defensive Player of the Year caliber perimeter player. And that doesn't include the rest of the roster with George Hill and pieces like that really was long, lanky, and really made it, hard to score on this team, which was the Indiana Pacers. And I knew Frank Vogel could make this team a better defensive team because that's what he's known for. Plus, he demands greatness from all his players and hold them all accountable, something that Popovich does. And he had Anthony Davis, a guy that's an all-NBA defensive player throughout the last couple years he's been in the league. And he gets that with Dwight Howard, who has been a great defender to decent the last 3-4 years when he is on the court, and he still can rebound the ball, which does make sense because you still have to close out the possession after you get the stop. You have to rebound and secure and control so you can go to the next possession. That's a full stop. That's defense, and Dwight and Davis can do that. Plus, they have some solid perimeter defenders. Let's give credit to the Danny Greens and the Caldwell Popes and the Avery Bradleys that was able to guard point guards and be able to help switch and be able from time to time to hold LeBron. But give credit to LeBron, a guy that has publicly mailed it in throughout season, especially in Cleveland. Not as much as in Miami as people think, but a lot more in Cleveland when he returned. He really basically went all offense and really became a okay defender. Not good, not great, okay. And he at least was better than that this year. And I would give LeBron credit. He led the NBA in assists. And that's something that LeBron could have been did. And that's something that we're going to probably see a lot more without an Avery Bradley and other pieces missing because of COVID-19 or personal reasons. LeBron's going to have the ball in his hand. And he's going to make majority of the plays. And they still do have enough talent and shooters on this team that players should be able to be in a position, be able to be ready to let that thing fly or finish at the rim or even sometimes get out in transition and just receive the pass and finish, regardless of whether it's a mid-range three or just finishing in the paint or even just getting a putback and finishing. LeBron is a leader. He is one of the greatest players ever, but he just didn't do enough consistently throughout the year. Right now, it doesn't really matter who gets home court advantage because they're all playing in the same place. But if the Bucks can stay the number one team in this seeding game, they have did that throughout the regular season. If that's really the end of it, what they're saying, then Giannis has had the number one record for back-to-back seasons. Some people feel like Giannis was the best defensive player in the NBA this season because a lot of people, not me because I have Gobert, but a lot of other people have Giannis as a defensive player of the year. Coming into the season, if you check my videos, I had Giannis being defensive player of the year this year. But as the season progressed, I went back to Gobert. And, I'll take that. But if Giannis does win defensive player of the year, that just helps his case. He averaged more points and rebounds, plus he's the best defensive player in the league this year. That only adds up to the resume to prove that Giannis is the MVP. Number one record in the entire NBA for majority in the bulk of the season. Not only that, almost 30. He's scoring more in averaging more rebounds than LeBron, plus the defense with the record. That's MVP, and that's my whole case is why LeBron say that too. Giannis was just able to get to another notch on all around play than LeBron was. And usually LeBron does this, but we do have to give him credit for him being older than he like 10 years ago. LeBron probably would have got this award, but he's a little slower. He's a little more predictable. He doesn't, bully to the rim as much as he used to. And he's a little bit more containable. He settles for threes a lot more. He settles for mid-ranges a lot more than trying to drive and overpower and blow past his opponent. But his game has aged, and that's expected. Father Time is undefeated. And he still has found a way to become a productive MVP candidate through all these years and all these playoff runs that he has had that resulted in going to the finals. He finally got rest last year because of them, bombing out and not being a playoff team. He had the whole offseason to get ready for this season. Plus, he had the addition of AD in the summer and some good role players and a new coach and some good coaching staffs on that, that bench with Frank Vogel. I'm very intrigued to see how they play in the playoffs. And the thing about LeBron too, a lot of people has the Clippers as the best team in LA. A lot of people has the Clippers as the team that's going to win the championship in the NBA Finals. And that's not a good look for LeBron either. You're the MVP to some people, but a lot of people think that you're not going to beat Kawhi Leonard in the Western Conference Finals if they do meet there. And if that's the case, that hurts your case too as the best player in the world, and that hurts your case in general. Just because people think he has the better team, he's the better player when it comes playoff time. And that's when it matters most because that's what you play the whole season for, is to get a position so you can get to the playoffs and have that opportunity to compete to get to the finals to win the championship at the end of the day. Now, LeBron is still great. He's still in that top, elite players in the world. I think people are still a little biased towards LeBron, giving him a lot more credit than it is due. And I will vouch for certain things because every list that I had majority of the season, month after month after month, Giannis was a lot of people MVP. LeBron made a late surge that some people was interested to see can he get the MVP. But like I said, he falls just a little bit short as now that the season is over and we have to look at the season in its whole entirety. I look at this season as a potential loss for LeBron because he could have added another MVP getting closer to Kareem and Jordan. And I feel like he's going to, fail that goal this year because Giannis will be a back-to-back MVP, the last one since Steph Curry and Golden State. And now just the pressure is on Giannis. Can Giannis lead a team to the finals, which he hasn't done yet? And if they get to the finals, if he is the best player or the second best player in the world, can Giannis lead the Bucks to a championship, or will he have to join up like LeBron did multiple times, joining up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, and joining up with Kyrie and Kevin Love, having multiple All Stars, which they was on those teams, on his team, to have him get a better chance and more talent and more help to finally win the title like he did in Cleveland and Miami. And now they missed the playoffs last year, and then they do pick up AD this year, giving him another All Star and All NBA player, because everybody do have him on All NBA, and he was an All Star. Now he has one All Star. Will that be enough to get him through the West and get him a title in LA? Something that guys like Magic and Shaq and Kareem and Kobe has done as being the best player on the Lakers team, which LeBron, some people still think he's the second, third, or the best player in the world and the second best player of all time. And he's having probably one of his top 10 seasons ever, even though that is a little bit debatable depending on how close. I feel like some of them at the end is a little close too. It makes you wonder, how much left do LeBron have in the tank? Because AD is a free agent, and it looks like he wants to stay in LA, and LeBron looks like he still got a lot left in him, in my personal opinion. But he only gonna do this for so long, guys. He's been preparing. He works out. He put $1 million in his body, but eventually, like we done seen with the greats, eventually you slow down and your body betray you, or you just don't have the abilities to do what you used to can do at a high and efficient and effective level. It's gonna come. LeBron hasn't done it yet, but he showed signs this year and last year, especially breaking down with the injury, that he's losing a little bit. He's losing a little bit. And you have to appreciate him for what he is now, unless you're going to regret him when he does decide to retire. But he still does have enough to get the job done in LA this year and win the title. And he's one of the two favorites to get it done outside of the Clippers. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think LeBron James should be the MVP? Do you think that we have Giannis as the MVP each and every month, that he should be the MVP just because LeBron was number 2 to me all year? Giannis has dominated every month outside of one. About a one in 2 weeks, because the NBA started the season, which was October 1 into November. Probably a month and a week, or a month and 2 weeks, he didn't dominate, but LeBron wasn't dominating either, fresh out the gate either. So it's not going to LeBron, it's not going to Giannis. That's equal, but the rest of the months does go to Giannis, which means he should be the rightful MVP, especially with the number 1 record, especially with the Defensive Player of the Year candidate. People feel like he win, and then you just look at the numbers. They are better than LeBron in a lot of categories, and I think that should give him just enough to be MVP. Might be close, might be debatable in years from now. That'd be fun when it happens and when we see what happens in the playoffs. But when we talking about the whole regular season in its entirety, you got to give it to Giannis and Lil Liam and his family and his brothers in the Milwaukee Bucks. And, to be back-to-back MVP comes with a lot of pressure. Now we're going to see if Giannis can get his team to the finals, like we seen the guys like Steph, KD, LeBron, and Kawhi Leonard do throughout these years. It's Giannis' turn. Everybody hyping him up. Everybody saying this. Everybody saying that. Now he has to deliver. If he's really a top 100 player like ESPN said of all time, if he's really the back-to-back MVP, if he's really the Defensive Player of the Year, if they really are the best team for the last 2 years, they have to back it up in the playoffs, and that's going to be a beautiful thing to see them doing. I'm not doubting them. I just want to see it, just because they have a lot of hype and a lot of praise throughout this year. People feel like Chris Middleton. People say he's not that good enough. He's not that great. He was an all-star again, and even a lot of people, including myself, had him on my all-NBA third team. So he's good enough, and he has put up dominant performances in the playoffs if you look at Chris Middleton numbers against certain teams. But can he do it when it matters most? Can he do it with the best competition? We have to see that too. But other than that, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page too, analysisplayground.com. That will be in the description in the comment section too. Please like on Facebook. Also subscribe to my newsletter. Also check out my channel, Basketball Analysis. That is my channel. As you can see, you can click the link and it take you to my channel. There you will see a plethora of videos, whether it's breakdowns of rookies, legends, free agents, or even Summer League. I have you covered. If you want discussions, this video, I do multiple of these videos each and every day. And if you like trade deadline, free agency, draft coverage, or even season previews, top 10 debates, and even NBA playoff predictions, this is also the channel for you because I have you covered on those things. So if you enjoy basketball, you like watching basketball, you can't get enough of basketball, subscribe and become part of the family. And also, don't forget to buy merchandise and support the channel, whether it's liking, subscribing, commenting, or even just checking out my stuff on other platforms. You help the channel grow if you like and share. That's a small little thing that you can do to continue to help one of your favorite channels out there. Hopefully, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about Giannis. Let me know what you guys think about LeBron. And let me know who you think is the best player or the better player or really the MVP of the 2020 season. I'm gone. I'll be back tomorrow.